Welcome back, or welcome to my channel. My name is Natalie. I am currently severely injured and I don't really want to talk about it, but also I want a lot of attention. So today we're going to be talking about a Sephora haul. This has happened over the course of a couple of months, and I have some favorite products, I have some still figuring out products, and I have some what I would consider pretty much a fail product. And we're going to be talking about all of them today. Let's start with some of my more favorite products. And the first one I'm going to be talking about has been living in my purse. This is undoubtedly the most gorgeous lip product for sure, but maybe product in general I've ever had in my collection. This is the Dior Lip Glow Oil. Are we looking? Are we seeing? Do you see it? Absolutely stunning packaging. And I got this because, oh, this is Color Reviver Cherry Oil. What is this color? Oh yeah, this is a Sephora exclusive color in the shade 10 Hollow Pink. And I think all the colors are literally stunning. It has a giant kind of like oval doe foot applicator. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, the design, the packaging, the actual formula, everything about this is like luxury upon luxury and just stunning. Here's the swatch of it here. You can see it looks pretty bright pink in here, but it is a very, very sheer product and there is some sparkle to it. So you're not gonna see a ton of color payoff from this. There are darker colors that you probably would see a little bit more, but in general, this is a pretty sheer product. Just the glitter in here, I'm gonna try to, is so stunning. There's with my light turned up so you can kind of get a better idea of the level of like shimmer and glitter. I just love it. So I got this because my sisters and mom have this product in different shades. And I tried them on and I was like, yeah, but it's really expensive. And like, is it really that good? Does it really stay on or is it just slip off? The thing is, the word oil, lip oil, makes me think that this is not going to stay on my lips and that it's just gonna like fly right off and there's no point to it. This is actually not that oily of a product. It is a shiny product, which is maybe why they named it oil. And it is feeling quite moisturizing, so maybe that's why they named it oil, but it's not oily. So if that's been turning you away from this, and if you have some extra money, maybe you've had a bad day, you need to spoil yourself, I like to reward myself for doing nothing. So even that could be a reason to buy this, but I do really love that product. But I have to say, it's not just like, hey, this is such a good functional product. It is, but mostly it's just super fun to have. That's my thoughts on that. Let's now talk about some sunscreen. We went from being super frivolous to kind of necessary. And I actually purchased two sunscreens. First, I purchased the Supergoop Unseen Screen. Now this is a completely clear, 100% invisible SPF of 40. And this is the packaging here. This is from Supergoop. Did I already say that? This is almost like a silicone primer and it does kind of go on your skin that way, as in it will have some blurring effect, which is really nice. It's super silky smooth. It basically feels like 100% dimethicone, which a lot of those primers are. However, it is an SPF of 40, which is really nice. I think this is a great product. Here's the thing. I actually have had a sample, I'll show you here, of the Supergoop Glow Screen, which some of you have heard of. This is also an SPF of 40, but it is a different format. So I'll show you this because it's just easier since I have the sample out. This is what the Glow Screen looks like. It has kind of a beige tint, and then you blend it out and it has a very shiny finish. I mean, pretty glowy. This is not subtle, but it has like a different texture. It obviously has a different finish. And I ended up liking this formula better than the Unseen Clear formula. So I purchased the full size. Love how that was orchestrated, kind of like a little juggling act. But I ended up purchasing the full size of the Glow Screen because I just liked the texture of it a little bit more. It's not even that I was craving like, oh, I love the glowiness, because truthfully, this is something I'm wearing under makeup. Once I put on foundation and then powder and bake and all this stuff, the glow doesn't really come through that much, but it was more so the texture overall and not so much of a silicone feeling. Some people may love the silicone. Also, if you hear snoring, both of the dogs are in here and I can't stop them from dreaming their sweet dreams. But anyways, I just like the texture overall of the glow screen better than the unseen screen. However, this is a good product and I think it's really popular, especially among people who are worried about like a white cast, or maybe you have a deeper skin tone and you're worried about looking ashy with a traditional sunscreen. These are a little expensive as far as sunscreen go, but I do think, at least for these products that I've tried, the texture is unique and potentially, up to you, worth it. In my case, it is worth it. So I'm still going through the sample, but I did purchase the full size of the glow screen. That said, I will be returning the unseen screen unless, I don't know, I want to give it to somebody instead. All right, moving on to a hair product. This is the Amika Soul Food Nourishing Hair Mask. I heard about this from Leanne Says here on YouTube, and I have been looking for a hair mask to use instead of regular conditioner because I do have extensions, and although I love these extensions, I have a paranoia about them getting dry and just like not feeling their best. So I thought it would be better to use something with the absolute maximum hydration level possible, like a nourishing mask, rather than a traditional conditioner. So that's kind of like my method when I'm washing my hair. So I have been liking this a lot. It smells really good. I think pretty much all Amika products smell amazing. It smells really good and it does feel like it makes my hair really smooth and hydrated. However, this is a little bit of a we'll see product because I've only used it maybe 5 times and I don't know if it's like blowing my mind. I feel like it works great and I'm liking it, but I'm not like, holy crap, can't live without. Maybe by the end of this, I will feel like that. I just am not 100% sure yet. So hold tight with my final opinion, but I have been liking it. And Leanne Says adores this, like has not stopped purchasing this for years, according to her. So maybe you'll take her recommendation over my hesitation. Okay, this is another still figuring it out product. And this is the Benefit Roller Liner. This is specifically their eyeliner with a felt tip that is in the shade brown. And I am wearing this today. I have been liking this. I really wanted a liquid brown liner because I don't use black that often. I'm much more likely to use a brown liner on a daily basis. So I was looking for a brown one and I do think this is good. However, I'm not convinced that I couldn't find something similar from the drugstore. I think what makes this stand out over other ones at the drugstore are, at least for the ones I found, this is a matte liquid liner. And that is 100% necessary for me. I really do not like any sort of shine to my liners. So basically, yes, this is working good and I think it's worth the try and I'm still liking it overall, but I don't know if I can't find something else. So kind of in the middle there, on the fence. I will let you know. Hopefully I'll have more of an opinion after I've used it for a few months. Okay, this is, I would consider a favorite product. This is from Innisfree. First time trying anything from this brand. I think this is more of a skincare brand from Sephora, but it's what drew me to this line is that it's not super highly priced. Like it's pretty fair pricing. This is the Dewy Glow Mist with Jeju Cherry Blossom. Is this a Korean brand? I feel like it is. Yeah, made in Korea actually. So I do like this. This has a really fine, I'll see if I can show you. Did you see? It's a very fine mist. But yeah, this was $18, which is not the cheapest setting spray in the entire world. I definitely know that you can get cheaper at the drugstore, but it also wasn't $35. So this says it's a dewy glow mist, and I do think that it adds a little bit of a dewy look to your skin, but very subtle. I mean, there is zero sparkle in here. There is zero, like, it does not feel oily in any way. So overall, what I use this for is really just to set down all the powders on my face and to add more of a lifelike appearance to all of the makeup that I wear. And this has been doing a really good job of that. The scent, if Cherry Blossom is like, oh, cherries, I don't really know, it's very subtle. Like, it's such a barely there scent, but it is a pleasant scent. So I would not be afraid of the scent if that's something that you would typically be afraid of. Overall, I think this is really good and I'm enjoying using it. At this point, I can't say like, guys, always gonna repurchase this, love it to death, never gonna buy anything else. No, I can't say that, but I do think that it is good. I do think that it's worth trying. I'm happy with the mist. I'm happy that there's no faultiness with the sprayer, no spurtiness. So overall, it lands in the favorite category. Ooh, something else I bought. I wish I had the regular size to show you the comparison. I do have the travel size to show you, but it's gonna be so dramatic. I got, and I'm talking about the giant bottle. This is the 7.3 ounces bottle of the Living Proof Perfect Hair Day Dry Shampoo. I think the regular size bottle is like 4 ounces maybe. So it's probably something close to this. And this is the giant one. This I have not seen before. I think it's a newish release. This is also, if you want to see the travel size. So, I mean, this is jumbo as jumbo can be. And you guys have heard me talk about this, hopefully. But if you haven't, quick rundown. This is my favorite dry shampoo. This is worth the money. This is worth the Sephora price tag. This dry shampoo actually cleans your hair. This does not leave a grittiness. This does not leave a stickiness or any sort of texture in your hair. When it talks about actually cleaning, it takes the oil, it removes it, it makes your hair smell good, and you run your fingers through your hair and you're like, oh, did I just wash it? It feels clean. Now, we're on like third or fourth day here, so I could probably use a little bit more of this, but this is absolutely my favorite, so I had to buy it. I did do the math on like if it's a better value to buy the biggest one, and it was, as things typically are. So I absolutely love that. Always a favorite. I want to talk about another favorite, but it's sort of an honorable mention, if you will, because this is not from Sephora. This is from the brand called Il Maquillage, and I heard Kathleen Lights talk about this in a video, or maybe it was an Instagram video, but she sold me on this. Okay, so I had to buy it. This is a mineral baked blush in the shade Poker Face. I have actually not purchased anything before from Il Maquillage. This was the first, and I love this blush. The way that it was swatched with Kathleen, I was a little afraid that it would be too light for me, but you can build this up pretty well and it works great. Here's like me not even trying that hard. So it's like a very peachy terracotta color. I bought it because this is like my ideal type of shade. It almost even gives your skin a little bit of like a sunburnt look in a good way and in the right placement. I really like it. The formula is good. It's pigmented enough, but it's not like, hey, be super careful. You know, I think the baked formula is really nice. Packaging is unique, and the twist off, it's not the easiest type of packaging versus like a flip up lid, but I still like it and love that it has this clear. I really like it. I do think this is expensive, but I've been really enjoying it, so perhaps you will too. Okay, now we're gonna talk about two things that have been disappointing to me or would be considered more of in the fail category. The first one isn't horrific or anything. Well, neither of them are horrific. Okay, the first thing is the Nars Tinted Smudge-Proof Eyeshadow Base. This one's in the shade Light, and I have used this probably 5 times, and I'm returning it because there is no chance that this is worth having or worth paying for and not getting my money back. Now, this is what it looks like. It's on a little doe foot. Here's the color if you want to see. Very light. I love the color of it. I mean, it's perfect. It's got kind of like a yellow tone to it, which I like. This is just not any different at all than using a concealer. I have not used an true eyeshadow base in so long because I've been using concealer as my eyeshadow base. And I've been hearing specifically Allie Glines talk, which I love her channel, but I've been hearing her talk about this for a few months at least, and just saying that she really likes it, and she used to use concealer, but now she uses this and she really loves it, and it makes a difference in her eyeshadow. And I have to disagree. I saw zero difference between using this and a concealer, and I already have concealer and I'll just continue to use concealer. So this did not work. Like, if you are feeling weird about using concealer and you and your brain need to use a specific eyeshadow base, then I think this is great. It's easy to use because of the type of application, and the color is good, and I think it did help my eyeshadow not crease. But for me, so does concealer, and I already have to buy concealer. Why have a second part product? So I am returning that, and it was $20-something, so I'm definitely returning it. The other thing that I had issue with because of its actual performance was, unfortunately, regrettably, the Kosis Moisturizing Baked Bronzer. This seriously stole me. This was a product with the packaging and the color selections. There's 3 different shades of this, but mostly the packaging of this and just the overall look, like the marketing. I could not wait to put this in my cart and check out. Like, I was just, something about it. I mean, it's so well done. Like, I love it. This is in the shade medium, which is pretty medium. Like, if you're my shade, which I have a tan, you could wear this, but it is quite deep. It is pretty warm. It is like a reddish toned bronzer. So keep that in mind. Like, when I first got it, I didn't have as much of a tan, and I was like, oh man, I should have got the lightest shade. Very pigmented product as well. So if you're not sure and you're my shade or lighter, definitely go for the lighter one. Although if you're my shade or darker, up to like pretty tan skin, I would say the medium works for you. So just some advice, but also don't buy this because I don't think it's a good product. So like I said, super pigmented, gorgeous baked formula. Let me swatch this on like a lighter part of my skin. Maybe you can see there, it's a very like sheeny product, not like so glittery or anything like that, but it has like a baked sheen finish to it. And I was really attracted to that. Like, I wanted a glowy bronzer. I still want a glowy bronzer. All the bronzers that I love are matte. However, I felt like I had to be pretty careful with this in the way that I applied it because it could very easily look patchy or blotchy on my skin. I just can't. Like, I just don't have the time for that. I wish this worked. Could I make it work? Yes. If I'm very like dabby with the way that I apply it, then it can work and it's not horrific or anything like that. But overall, I'm just like, no, this was like $34. I'd rather have only bronzers in my life that I can apply, and no matter how I buff them onto my skin, they're going to look good. They're going to look even. And this, I just have to be too careful with. Again, it's not like unusable, absolutely horrific, but also notice this came out and I have not seen anyone raving about this. I have not seen anyone talking this up, and I really think that's for a reason, and perhaps it's the reason that I'm talking about right now. So unfortunately, that's also being returned. And actually, that is it. If you want, real quick, if you're still here and you want to hear the story of my finger, just because I would probably be like, is she gonna talk about it? Okay, trigger warning, literally warning, warning, warning. This is probably potentially very graphic, but you're here, you're here. This happened a few days ago over the weekend. I obviously have these long, in my opinion, stunning nails, and I've had long nails for a long time. I love acrylic long ass nails. We were all at my parents' house for Father's Day, and I was getting on the raft, a big giant raft with my fiance. He was already on it, and I was like, hey, scoot over, because like I want to get on it and sit back too. And as he was like moving his body, he like kicked his leg out, and my hands were on the raft, and he kicked, on accident, of course, my nail and it ripped off both my fake nail and my real nail. My real nail came off, literally off. Well, not off, it's still slightly attached, but almost threw up because it was so gross to think about and so unnatural, and I'm not recovered. So that's that. But anyways, leave me some sympathy in the comments. Leave me some comments in general. I would love to hear from you guys. And if you did enjoy the actual content of this video, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that as well. If you want to subscribe, also subscribe, because I do videos like this and just any makeup related content all the time. At least once a week is what my goal is. And I appreciate you guys being here. I truly do. Don't forget to follow me on social media if you want to see more of, like, I don't know, behind the scenes of what my life is like with my fiance and my dogs and makeup stuff, especially on stories. I would love to have you there as well. Giving you guys a lot of homework here. Lots of things to follow. But anyways, thank you again for being here, and I will see you hopefully in my next video. All right. Bye.